Welcome back to 31 Days of Tony. This is day 31. We have reached the end, y'all. Okay, I'm back. It's the last day of the series. Welcome back. Today I do not have a to-do list, so let's make some noise for that. I did all my prepping off camera already, and the only thing I have left to do is wipe my face because I did do a face mask earlier today. So I'm gonna use our handy dandy makeup remover wipes from Neutrogena. I also don't have a inspo for today's look. This is an original look off the top of the dome. Really hoping that it comes out the way that I see it in my head. The only inspo I have for today is a lip combo that I saw this girl do on TikTok. It looks really cute, so I'm going to try to do that. But other than that, we're going with what's inside my mind. It is themed after the topic of this video, or it has a lot to do with the topic of this video. And it's also why I wore a shirt with eyeballs for the last 3 videos. I wore the same shirt with eyeballs because I always feel like people are watching me, and it makes me uncomfortable, and it's getting really creepy. Okay, I think that's it. Next, we're gonna go in per usual with this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I feel like I just ordered this. This was just a new bottle and it's almost gone. Clearly, I've been using it a lot. Now, going in with the Elmer School Glue and an eyebrow brush. I really wish I could play music right now. I just feel a little off when I can't play music while I'm doing my makeup, but we're talking today. And today I want to talk about why I am decensoring social media, and maybe you should too. Okay, if you've been here before, you already know I'm starting off with this Me Run Clown White. We're gonna go in with a flat brush to draw the shape of the heart on the face. I like to start at this dent in my nose that tells me where I can go from there. And then also I use the top of my lip right here to also guide me in the direction that I need to go. I used to draw my heart way bigger and I used to have it underneath my lip, but since my lips are kind of big, I feel like it's easier to do it this way, and I also feel like it looks better this way. I do feel like it's a little wide, so I am going to go in with a Q-tip and clean it up and make it smaller. Going in with this cleaner and a Q-tip. Okay, I think I'm gonna do my lips first and get it out the way, just so I can see what direction I need to go in with everything else. To align my lips with this NYX lip pencil, and I'm going to use this palette per usual. Most likely I'm going to use these two blues for my lip. These colors always come out so pretty. Okay, let's get into the topic. I forgot I'm supposed to be talking to y'all. Number one reason I am decentering social media is because I hate being perceived. And I feel like that is just like a side effect of being an artist and a creative, or identifying as an artist and a creative, because you create bodies of work, and you don't really have control over how people digest them or how they interpret. You don't really have control over how people interpret what you are putting into the world as art. And that can be very hard to accept sometimes, when you know you meant something one way, but people are receiving it in a different way. And it's like, no, you got it all wrong. That's not what I meant. But then once you start explaining your art or explaining what you created, it kind of take away from it. So it's kind of like you gotta eat that and just let people take what they take from it. But what I'm referring to is as far as people confusing me using my art and my social media accounts as an outlet to market myself as an artist and a creative, and confusing that with thinking they know me, know my story, know how I feel on a regular basis. I feel like social media just makes people think that they know you based off of what you post. And I am definitely guilty of making assumptions about people from social media based off of what they post. I think social media has made that normal to make assumptions about people. Now, of course, there are going to be some people who don't make assumptions. For the most part, people do make assumptions about you off of what you post on social media. They can assume that you're in a relationship. They can assume your finances. They can assume your lifestyle. They can assume your mood and be completely wrong. A lot of my work, I have chosen to express the things that I've been going through these past couple of years that brought me to who I am today. And it is a very sad story. So people assume that I am sad, or they assume that I'm like always going through something. And yes, I have a very sad story, but I am in a way better place than what I used to be, and I'm not sad. And anybody who has ever been around me can verify that, because there's so many people who try to humble me because they don't understand why I'm so happy. They don't understand why I'm so happy. They don't understand why the assumptions they make about me based off what I post on social media are not actually true in real life. It's an assumption. And you know the saying, when you assume, you make a ass out of yourself. I never really understood that saying for a very long time. But I definitely understand it now, because you definitely can end up looking crazy making assumptions about people. And that's why we all need to mind our business. Also, I feel like based off of the assumptions that people may make about whomever they're looking at on social media, sometimes people end up putting you on a pedestal, and that's not healthy. For me personally, the way that showed up in my life was people that I was meeting on social media, specifically through Instagram, because that's the only way that I was meeting people. They would put me on a pedestal or make assumptions about my life, and in return I would be in situations where people are constantly trying to humble me because they don't think that I go through anything, and they think that my life is perfect. And I know this because I hired somebody off of social media to be my assistant, and we became very close. And one day we were just sitting in my house strolling on social media, and her face became like very stank, and her energy was like very negative. And she just said to me, she was like, "Why are you so perfect?" And she said it with an attitude, like she was very upset. And in the moment I didn't pay attention to it, but later on it registered in my head. Why would she say that to me? And why was her face looking stank? And why was her demeanor so negative? And I realized that she was perceiving me in a way that was not healthy. And as a result of that, she constantly tried to bully me, constantly tried to take advantage of me, and constantly tried to put me in situations to humble me. And that clearly did not feel good, and I definitely did not deserve to be put in a situation like that. So that is one of the number one reasons why I am decentering social media, because people think they know you, and the truth is you don't know anybody from a post. from what they post online. It's a very small percentage of our lives, and it's not really realistic to think that you know somebody and have them all figured out based off of social media. It kind of takes away from people getting to know you, especially when you're meeting them through social media, because they think they already know you. And that's why they want it to be in your life, in real life, and not just on the internet. And sometimes people cannot handle meeting you in real life, because whatever they thought in their head don't match reality, it kind of get crazy, especially if real life is a lot better than what they thought in their head, or if it matches. Because like I said, she already had put me on a pedestal and assumed that I lived a perfect life and that I was perfect and that I didn't go through anything. And then the moments where I was sharing with her that I was going through things, it was like she was happy to kick me while I was down, and it was just a lot to deal with. And let me tell you, the aftermath of everything that I've been through these past couple of years since I've been back in Vegas has definitely traumatized me with meeting new people and making friends and interacting with people in general. Like, I get even more nervous than I already was to interact with new people, to try to get close to people. I'm definitely very traumatized, and I haven't really figured out how to deal with situations like that other than removing myself. It's the only thing that I can think of, because most of the time those people are not mentally stable and they're not happy in their life either. So talking to them and trying to find a common ground is not really an option. Usually the only option is to remove yourself, so that's usually what I do. And I end up looking like a bad guy for distancing myself and telling people, I think your time is up here. The next reason why I am deciding to decenter social media is because of the copying, the plagiarism. It's getting out of control. It's getting out of hand. And it's becoming very normal to steal from other people, whether it be somebody reciting your video word for word, your caption word for word, somebody stealing your makeup look and not saying where they got it from, somebody stealing your dance choreography and not crediting you for it. It could be anything. If somebody want to steal it, they are going to. And guess what? Social media is usually going to reward the people who stole with views, money, and opportunity. Why are you still struggling to get people on your platform? Why are you still struggling to build your community? They are not doing anything to protect creatives and artists from plagiarism and people stealing and copying from us, and that's very dangerous. Clearly I don't have to tell you that I'm a brown-skinned woman. I say brown, other people say black. But it's clearly been done year after year, generation after generation, where people have stolen from our culture and gotten away with it. And it's continuing to happen on social media even more, and nobody is doing anything about it. And it's not only affecting our community anymore, it's affecting everybody. Anybody who has something that is worth something, people are going to steal it and act as if they did it themselves, because right now people are trying to do anything for attention and anything to get paid and keep their views up so they can get paid. I feel like the pandemic is what sparked a lot of desperation in people. A lot of people were not working. A lot of people became rich off of social media during the pandemic. And there are so many people who were trying to do the same thing. And with these creator programs constantly changing and these algorithms constantly changing, people are struggling to keep their audiences in their communities. They're struggling to keep people's attention, and they're struggling to stay in that algorithm to get paid, because a lot of people are only depending on the income that they get off of social media. Because again, all of this started during the pandemic. Nobody was working. Nobody had no other sources of income. And I think right now we're starting to see that kind of dwindle down, because it's not possible for everybody to be a content creator. It's not possible for these social media companies to pay everybody. It's not possible. It's not possible for them to pay everybody that want to be a content creator. And a lot of people are not even offering anything to their audience. Like, there are people who literally just go live to ask people for money all day. They're not entertaining them. They're not doing anything beneficial for their audience. They're simply are basically equivalent to beggars on the street now on your phone, asking for money all day. And we're starting to see even the big influencers who were going viral on a constant basis during the pandemic, started to see them go back to work. They didn't got a real job. Or you start to see them continue the content that they were doing before, because they don't know where to go either. They don't know what to do either at the end of the day. And people being desperate instead of finding a new way to make money, like getting a job, is not good for nobody. It's not good for them, because they're gonna be sitting around mad when they see people passing them by, and they got so used to making money off of social media and now they don't know what to do. I can tell you what to do. You need to get a job. You need to get a job, or you need to find another stream of income. But yeah, I don't think they are doing enough to protect creators from thieves and people stealing our content. And I really don't think that they have any plans to protect us. I feel like if something is not a trend, then you are stealing. And even then, if it's a trend, you should definitely be crediting the person who started the trend. But for some reason, right now in 2024, it's very hard for people to show you love and show you respect Everybody wants to act as if they created something that they did not. They want to be innovative. And that's another thing, downfall of social media. People who are not creative on their own have a cheat sheet to tap into other people's creativity. So you might have wanted to be a fashion designer, you might have wanted to be a fashion girl, but you actually don't have any ideas on fashion designs. So you go on Pinterest and you stroll, you look at other people's companies and you replicate their designs, and now you're stealing. Just because you want to do something does not mean you should do it. It's not your passion if you don't have your own ideas formulating in your head. If God didn't give you the gift in your mind and in your spirit, let it go. Because you're probably just wanting to do it for the wrong reasons. Leave it to the people who are doing it and stop stealing from people. I have had to block a lot of people for copying and stealing from me, especially because I'm a small creative who does really amazing things. And people come to my page and be like, oh, she's a small creative, nobody really knows her. I got way more followers than her. Let me start taking this and this from them. And they act as if I'll never catch on. The funny part is, in my situation, I usually have followed those people for years before they even knew who I was. So I know how they talk. I know what they usually post. I know their usual get up when it comes to how they represent themselves on social media. So of course I'm going to notice when it starts to be similar to mine. And of course I'm going to notice that you're stealing from me. Right now, today, if you are in the spiritual world and you hear a lot of people saying mind your business, y'all know what lady told y'all that. Y'all know what spiritual lady told y'all that. All I'm gonna say is that lady is a fake and a fraud. And she would get on live every day reciting my tweets as if they were her own thoughts, including me saying mind your business. Now obviously that's not a new term, but people were not saying that in the context that they are today, especially not in the spiritual world, especially not the tarot readers. Nobody was saying that, and now everybody is saying that. A lot of people are saying a lot of things that I've tweeted because she said them as if they were her own, and she was religiously coming to my page and stealing and copying from me, from my Twitter, from my Instagram, and I ended up having to block her. What I will say is, if you know exactly who I'm talking about, nobody should ever be charging you to heal. Nobody should ever be charging you to find out how to heal your inner child, or sharing coping mechanisms with you, or anything. That's something that, one, you can find out on your own, and two, that's something you just learn in life, with life. What worked for her is probably not gonna work for you. It might, you can try it, but nobody should be charging you to heal. That's supposed to be God's work, to heal people. And charging to read tarots is one thing, but charging people to get a workbook for figuring out how to feel better in life, you're just taking advantage of people who are in very low vibrational places in their life. And I hope y'all don't get caught up in it. So the next reason is social media is full of a lot of distractions. And if you are very serious about building a business online, building a community online, whether you want to be an influencer, a content creator, whatever you're trying to do, and you need an online presence, it's a lot of distractions. You are not using social media in the same way that everybody else is using it. You are using it to market yourself. It's an option to market yourself for free. Now let me finish this out on our face, and then we're gonna get into the rest of this topic, and I'll tell you what I mean by all these distractions. For the people who care, I just outlined these circles with this black faux era eyeshadow, and now I am about to use this red Miron shadow to draw some veins from these circles, so squiggly lines. I feel like social media is one of the easiest ways to figure out how people in your life feel about you in real life, especially when they can see your life constantly getting better. They can see you constantly hitting marks in your life, and you being successful at things that they might want to be successful in also. You find out who has secret animosity towards you. You find out who wants to live in your skin because they start copying everything that you do, down to the way that you talk, from your mannerisms, how you move your body. Every time you post something, they try to do the exact same thing, or they try to one-up you or undercut you. All of that is a distraction when you are trying to build something online. I know a very popular take is your friends and family should be supporting you online. They should be in your likes, they should be in your comments when you post, and if they're not, then they're probably a hater. That could be true, but I'm choosing to change my perspective and focus on what I can control. And what I can control is not letting stuff like that distract me. I'm no longer worried about who is not supporting me online. I'm no longer worried about if somebody is liking my content, if somebody is in my comments, if somebody follows me. That's no longer my concern. People don't have to support you. They don't have to follow you. They don't have to like anything that you do. Because if you're anything like me, I'm completely different from most people who are in my life and who has been in my life throughout my lifetime. And I definitely knew before social media was a thing that nobody around me had the same interests as me. So if you know that you are one of the first people in your circle, in your family, who is stepping out and doing something different, and nobody else showed an interest in anything like that before, it's completely okay if they don't support you. Because most of the time, they are not going to support you until it's too late, until you don't need their support. And then that's when people start to assume that you think that you're better than them, or whatever the case may be, when the truth is they had the option to support you all along, but they didn't believe in you. So they had to wait till other people came and saw the vision, and now you don't need their support anymore. You don't care if they support you, and that's where you're trying to get to. So that's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on attracting the people who actually care about what you're doing. You need to focus on building that community, getting those followers, getting those subscribers, of people who are excited about what you're posting, what you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears into every day. That's what you need to be worried about. I know that's easier said than done, because it can feel very lonely when you're building something. When you're building an online audience, when you're building a business, sometimes it's hard to get support starting out. And if you're worried about who is not liking your pictures, who's not in your comments, who's not reposting your stuff, then you're just allowing those people to distract you from what you're supposed to be focused on, which is yourself and the goal that you set out for yourself and your business. Now, unfortunately, even though those people don't want to support you, they will still religiously watch what you're doing. And the route that I've taken to deal with that problem is to help people mind their business and block them. I'm not mad that you don't support what I'm doing. I'm not taking it personal. It doesn't mean that I don't like you. It means that I'm not going to allow you to distract me. I'm not going to allow you to keep up with what I'm doing and say discouraging things when you see me or talk to me. You don't need to be worried about what I'm doing. If you're not supporting me, you made that decision, and I'm going to help you make that decision concrete. And I want to block you, and I'm going to stay focused on what I'm here to do. I don't even have my thing on TikTok enabled for me to see who views my page, because I don't care. I know when I was using Instagram religiously, I was actively looking at who watched my stories, who liked my pictures, who commented. I was actively looking at that, and it was wasting a lot of my time. So I decided when I got on TikTok that I wasn't going to enable that feature, because it's very distracting, and you don't need to be worried about who not supporting you. That should be the last thing on your mind. You do not need to be focused on it. Okay, do y'all see what's going on here? I think you see. Yeah, you see it. Okay, let me get off camera. Let me try to figure this out. Okay, that looks really cute. Okay, now that I know how I'm gonna do this. I'm looking at my other phone. I'm recording on my phone, by the way. This is iPhone camera. Ooh, the next reason why it's very serious. Stalking. Baby, I have never had this many people trying to get to know what the fuck I got going on. Want to know my whereabouts, want to know everything about me. The stalking is crazy. The stalking is crazy. People today might call it monitoring spirits, but I'm gonna call them what they are. They're stalkers. Like I told y'all, I've been dealing with a lot of crazy stuff since I've been back in Vegas, and this is my first time ever dealing with stalkers in real life, like in real life and on social media. I won't say that it's scary, but it is overwhelming when you constantly have to pay very close attention to people who are watching you. It's like very normal for people to look you up online and literally try to figure out everything they can about you. I post a flyer of where I'll be. Next thing I know, I'm seeing people who follow me on social media, particularly men, in them same places. I think it's getting out of hand. People who want to be my friends, but again, I'm not a person who easily allows people into my life. Some people get mad about that and they start stalking me and harassing me online, and thankfully it's only online with those type of people, but it's still very overwhelming. There's been a couple of women who I have had to block because I noticed how much they were paying attention to me and it wasn't healthy for them. The first time I just unfollowed them and I removed them from my followers. So I didn't block them at first. And within 5 minutes, those people followed me back. That's how closely they were watching me. And they'll do things to let you know that you are being watched. They'll copy everything you're doing. And that kind of also falls in the category of people who have secret animosity with you and you don't even know are in secret competition with you, but these are most likely people you may have allowed in your life or didn't allow in your life, but they have a very unhealthy obsession with you. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with people knowing what I'm doing and keeping tabs on what I'm doing. It's very strange to me. I really don't got nothing else to say about it, but the stalking is weird. And I've definitely learned to just again make it harder for people to keep up with me, to know what I'm doing, to know where I'm at. Make it harder for people to copy me because I haven't been posting anything outside of my finished products when it comes to my work. And even with that, you have to be careful because you can post your process and somebody will do the same exact thing because you didn't show them how to do it. I think it's okay to be inspired by people, hence my name is I Create to Inspire. But once you start doing every single thing exactly like that person, or trying to do every single thing exactly like that person, you're borderline stepping into a mental health issue. You're stepping into an obsession. You're stepping into really weird territory. And I obviously just block people who do stuff like that. People who are stalking me online, I block them. That's my answer for everything, really. Is to block people who are just too interested in you. It's not healthy. Also, that goes back to the topic of your friends and family not supporting you. A lot of times they will still want to see what you're doing, and they might not follow you, but they will type your name in to the search bar and look you up every single day just to have something to talk about with other people that y'all have in common, that y'all know. And it's nothing positive about that type of behavior. It's nothing positive that can come from that type of behavior. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not here to be nobody but of a joke, nobody's topic in their daily gossip. So I'm definitely gonna block you. I don't know why people think that you don't know that they stalking you. Like I said, I don't have the options enabled on my account to see who is actually viewing my account, but there are many ways that you can find out who is constantly viewing your account and they don't follow you. One, if you have your analytics turned on, you can see by city and state. It'll show you how many people are viewing your content from certain areas. And if you know exactly who these people are and what city they stay in, if they don't stay in the same state as you, you can pretty much guarantee that it's that person. Another thing, the algorithm be algorithming. If they are constantly looking up your page, they're going to eventually end up in your people you may know part of your social media account, because they're constantly looking you up. So these social media platforms are gonna be like, you must know this person because they be looking up your account all the time. Those are the two ways that I always find out how people are viewing my account and who is viewing my account, because they're constantly in my people you may know, or I see they city and state in my analytics. Yeah, the stalking is creepy. It's not scary, it's creepy, because you definitely have to pay even more attention to the people who are paying too much attention to you. So that's just another distraction. Block them. Get them out of here. No distractions over here. We're trying to build something. For this next one, I want to try to find the articles or videos for what I'm talking about, so that y'all can see that this is actually in the news and this is serious. It was from a news station, and they were reporting on the lawsuit that they had from parents who kids committed suicide because of the bullying and harassment that goes on these apps. It was really sad to see, because I don't think that the people who created social media were prepared for it going in a negative, I don't think that they were prepared for it going in a negative direction. I don't think they were prepared for what it is today. I don't think the responsibility of those children losing their lives was solely on him. But at the end of the day, the responsibility of what your child is digesting and what they have access to, the first person who is responsible for that is the parents. And as somebody who grew up in a very strict household, my parents wasn't even allowed to watch BET. If we did, it was usually outside of my parents' house. And if they saw us watching anything on TV or doing anything on a computer that they felt was inappropriate, that was a wrap. We wasn't doing it no more. These people were not, when I say these people, I mean people who created social media. They weren't ready for it having the negative turn that it took. They didn't think about people getting bullied and harassed, and they still are not doing anything about it, because stalking is a form of harassment as well. And there should be no reason why a person should be able to create up to 5 accounts constantly, up to 5 accounts or more, constantly stalking somebody. If that was a bully and they were harassing somebody's child and they're constantly creating accounts, different accounts, to harass somebody and bully somebody, that's a problem. Because what if that child blocked that person and they still found a way to harass them and bully them, and they just felt so overwhelmed and felt like they couldn't solve the issue? And if it's affecting the children that bad to where they have to go to court because people's kids are killing themselves, how do you think that it's affecting an adult? It's not healthy for anybody. It's not healthy for the children, and it's not healthy for the adults. We are all being negatively impacted by the way that people are acting on these apps. I think we are definitely seeing a shift in people wanting to spend less time on social medias because of the negativity that it comes with. You can only ignore stuff for so long before you just like, this is too much and it's not worth it. I'm really excited about how this is looking. Okay. I just wanted to show y'all what I'm doing. So I'm still using this same palette and I'm still using this same blue for the eyeball part, and I'm just using the Faux Era black eyeshadow for the pupil. And I'm not even done. I'm just kind of outlining it for now, but all these red parts are gonna be rhinestones. So it's a lot more work to do with this look. Going out with a bang, honey. With a bang. I was really excited when I thought about this look because I'm like, I've never seen nothing like this before. Social media also has a lot of unnecessary stress to my life, and if you've been following me in my story, you already know that I have had health issues associated with stress, and I don't need nothing else stressing me out. That's another reason why people assume that I don't go through nothing or that nothing bothers me, because I've had to learn how to be that way. Otherwise, there is a huge possibility that I could be back on a surgery table because I'm stressing myself out. Things that I cannot control, or I'm allowing people to stress me out. I don't know why people take stuff like that very lightly, but a lot of health issues that people have are associated with stress. A lot of people literally die from the amount of stress that they hold in their body from the things that they are dealing with in their real life. So I do not play about that at all whatsoever. If it's stressing me out, it can go. People, things, it can go. I've actually been off of Instagram specifically for almost 3 months now, and I do feel like that was the that was the root of a lot of my stress, and I have felt very, very, very good since I haven't been on there. So you're gonna tell me more than once to get off something. I feel like it's just simply not safe anymore to meet people online, to make friends with people online and bring them from online to your real life. That's not safe no more. it used to be a thing, and now, like I said, social media has taken a negative turn and it's gotten really creepy. Yeah, I'm more focused on building relationships with people in real life and meeting people in real life right now. I don't know if I'll ever get back to meeting people online. I still talk to people online, but I don't know about bringing those people into my real life anymore. Things have gotten really creepy. Like I said, I met a lot of people on Instagram and allowed them to come into my real life. I've hired people off of Instagram, and I work from home in every way you can think of, from my real job to my creative projects. I literally turned my garage into a photography studio. So anytime I have a photo shoot for me or my characters, people are at my house. And I definitely built that studio for convenience, and I definitely did think about having strangers in my house, but I didn't think that it was going to turn into what it turned into. And people were coming in my house, disrespecting my house. People were coming in I say house, I'm talking about apartment. People were coming into my space, looking through my things, and lying about it when I asked them about it, as if I wouldn't put two and two together. Just being very invasive, and I didn't know who I was inviting in my house, and once I realized the type of person they were and how they moved and how they were so willing to violate my privacy, I was like, I gotta stop doing this. But at the same time, I'm running my business from where I live. So I just have to be more careful about who I allow in my space and how I'm meeting these people and where I'm meeting them at. Because people coming in your space and invading your privacy, it's very, it makes me feel very uncomfortable and makes me feel very vulnerable. And I always have my privacy invaded for as long as I can remember, by my family, by people who I thought were my friends. So even people that I've hired to work for me on projects, literally one of my assistants was reading my journals. And I guess she thought that I would never find out, but when people invade your privacy, they will be so excited that they know things about you that you would never talk to them about, and it will just slip out of their mouth one day. And the only thing you can do in that moment is realize that that person is not safe for you to be around, and two, you just feel so violated. I felt so violated. And I just can't keep putting myself in situations like that. I feel like it's very hard to make genuine connections with people now if they know you from social media, because they will try to manipulate their way into your life because they've studied your social media. They know what you like, they know what you don't like, they know how you talk, they know what you will accept, what you won't accept. And it's not even that you said these things plain out, it's just that they may just be somebody who studies behavior and patterns. I've dealt with a lot of people trying to manipulate a relationship with me based off of what I post on social media. Whether it be a man who likes me, whether it be a friend, well, not a friend, but somebody who is in my life that wants to be closer to me. Whether it is a family member who wants to be closer to me. It's really weird, and I feel like a lot of times lately when I try to have conversations with people, I'm really just talking to myself, because they've not only studied my account, but they've also picked up my lingo, and they start talking like me to me as if I don't know them. As if I don't know that they don't talk like that. That they don't think like that. Some people will shapeshift to whoever they think you want them to be, so that they can get whatever they're trying to get out of you. And ain't no telling what they're trying to get out of you. Ain't no telling. But I don't be trying to stick around to find out. I just feel like it just takes away from getting to know who people really are, because sometimes, depending on who you're dealing with, you'll never know who they are because they don't want you to know. They want to do whatever it takes to get into your life. And that means watching your every move and putting on a performance so that they can secure a spot in your life. This past year has been very strange for me. I have went through a lot to get to where I'm at today, and not many people were around to help me when I was struggling. When I needed help, nobody was around to help me. And now all of a sudden that I'm in a better place and I am looking like I am actually going to get to where I'm going, it seems like a lot of people are coming out of nowhere trying to be in my life, and I don't like that. It doesn't feel good, and I want those people to keep the same energy. You were not calling my phone when I was homeless. trying to help me, trying to be in my life, trying to be a listening ear to my problems. Let's not do that now. We can keep the same relationship. If you never thought about having a relationship with me until you see me doing good, we don't got nothing to talk about. We don't got nothing to talk about. So yeah, I have just been witnessing people play in my face and play on my vulnerabilities, and I don't like it. Don't like it. So, and I don't even post a lot of personal stuff online. I usually am very intentional about what I post and what I'm talking about. So, just the fact that people try to manipulate me with that type of stuff is very strange. That's kind of big. I think I might make that pupil a little bit smaller. It's huge. So yeah, like I said, my privacy has been invaded a lot in my life, in real life, and now it's being invaded on, it feels invasive on social media because I do share things about my family, and I do share things focused around mental health issues, and the things that I do share makes people feel like they have or should have access to more of me and know more about me than I'm willing to share. And I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know exactly why I share what I share. And when people are like studying your social media, they will bring up things that you post that they know is only meant to be online. I posted it online. I am a creative, I'm an artist, and that is how I express myself through my work. And if I'm sharing my work online and it happens to be attached to a personal story that seems very traumatic, I absolutely don't want to talk to you about that in real life. That is not an invitation for you to continue to pry into my life about things that I'm not willing to talk about. If I posted it online, that's about all that I'm willing to share. That's all that I'm willing to talk about. And it's the only place that I was willing to talk about it on. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it every time you come around me. You trying to talk to me about stuff that I'm posting online. That's weird to me. It's not like I'm an everyday person using social media as my diary. I am an artist, and artists and creatives tell stories specifically about their life and the things that they go through their work. It's the only reason that you might know something about me is because I intentionally share that, because I know that I'm not the only person going through certain things. I know that I wish that I had some type of guidance on how to get out of the situations that I was in. I'm not looking to talk to anybody about anything. And people constantly try to pry and invade my privacy, and I don't like it. I don't. I still don't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to navigate those situations, but people just don't respect my privacy at all. I don't know why, but I don't like it, and I'm doing something about it. Do I know if it's gonna work? No, but it's worth a try. I had to finish the rest of the squigglies off camera. It's how we're looking right now. I do not know what I'm going to do to my eyes. I don't know. I would attempt to do some black eyeliner, but I don't know. That never goes well. Especially not with this makeup and my hooded eyes. I might just do my eyes black. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out later. Alright, now we are getting into the rhinestones. Whoa. So I have 3 cases of red rhinestones. I use this glue to put it on. It's duo glue. And all these rhinestones come with tweezers like this, but I usually do not use these. I usually just use the end of a makeup stick that broke. I also have this, but I don't like using this either. This is what is the quickest way for me to put on rhinestones, so that's what we're about to do. I'm almost through my list of topics. I think I have 2 more things to talk to you about. But I don't really have a choice but to use the small ones. This is gonna be interesting. Okay. My knee hurts from sitting here. Okay, this is how the first one looks. I may have to add some black rhinestones. I don't know yet, but I need to focus. So this is all y'all get for now. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I am back and I am adding some blue eyeshadow. So I feel like social media is not as social as it used to be. I feel like a lot of people are now scared to interact with people, interact with your posts, especially on Instagram. And like I said before, I have been off of Instagram for almost 3 months now. And every year for Ramadan, I usually stay off of social media during that time. It's a part of I make no social media part of my fasting. So it was very normal for me to just not be on there during the time, and I always want to see where my stress is coming from, and I discovered that it was coming from Instagram, because when I wasn't on there, I was happier. I was more focused on what I was doing in real life. I accomplished a lot more, started taking my YouTube more seriously, and I'm not really receiving all the negative energy that I was receiving before. This is my 4th year doing Ramadan, so it's usually very already stressful for me because I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking, I'm just literally dealing with my emotions and not soothing them with any coping mechanisms, which smoking is a coping mechanism for me. Drinking, I don't really drink like that though. I don't like to drink. And eating sweets, that is a coping mechanism for me. And social media, you know, I be trying to distract myself and just stroll on my phone all day. And that's not really helpful when you got real stuff that you need to work through in your life. So once I realized that I felt a lot better by not being on social media, well, at least on Instagram, I was like, oh, I'm never going back. People don't even be liking my work on there. The same 2 people will like my post every time I post something. I get way more love on TikTok when it comes to my work. So like I said, I'm not worried about TikTok getting banned, but right now that's the only social media app that I receive positive energy from. But I still was not about to call nobody Congress for them, because they don't respect Black creators. I feel like I look like that. You ever seen the ice cream truck and they got their red, white, and blue popsicle? That's what it's giving right now. It's giving America, and it's giving popsicle. I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna do a liner. So now we are moving on to foundation, and we're gonna mix these 2 things. And also Instagram is now trying to charge people to get reach on their platform, and I don't really think that that's gonna work. Especially if you are a business owner and you ever use their ad feature. A lot of times you are paying for bots, and you're paying for them to show your content to people who already follow you that they don't show your content to. So it's very strange, and I do think that we are about to see the end of another social media app. I think a lot of people are over Instagram. And once I leave an app, I usually don't go back. Especially when I've had so many negative encounters on it, meeting people, hiring people. It's been crazy. And I just want to continue to protect my peace and spend my time where my work is appreciated and being seen and pushed organically, even if I am only getting 200 views at a time, which is ridiculous. But I've been shadow banned since I got on TikTok, honestly, because my work consists of women in lingerie sometimes, and I don't understand how they be trying to shadow ban me for sharing my work when I be seeing people in thongs on poles with their whole butt cheeks out. Nobody's naked in my work. I don't take pictures of people naked. You don't see nobody but crack. You don't see nothing vulgar. But I can go on TikTok and see somebody dance on a pole in a thong and a sports bra, and that's not inappropriate, and they not being shadow banned. That's crazy. Or they can let a video of somebody getting murdered and shot in broad daylight go viral, but they can't seem to stop shadow banning people for no reason. It's not just me. I see people who have millions of followers, especially Black content creators, always talking about how they are being shadow banned and they have a lot of issues getting paid from TikTok. So clearly they do have their flaws, but at least I'm making some type of progress over there, even if it's slow progress. On this last tries, I'm gonna put on some lip gloss. I don't know what that was. This is the final look. I like this. This looks good. I have one last thing on this list for y'all. Okay, the final and most important reason why I am decentering social media is because I want to live more in the moment. I feel like for these past 3 years that I've been back in Vegas, I have been working very hard, building my portfolio, trying to network with people and putting myself out there and doing all of these marketing shoots. And I am tired. I feel like I got caught up in the social media hamster wheel when you feel like you constantly have to be doing something. I definitely was taking much needed breaks in between, but I still was, especially with this series, I realized that I was pushing myself too hard, and I was still being hard on myself, even though I thought that I wasn't. I thought that I had became more gentle and kind to myself, and that's just not true. So right now I have nothing else to prove to myself. I think my portfolio is at a good place for people to know what I'm capable of doing. I feel like I can take a deep breath now. I've always wanted to, oh no, because I'm looking at my eyes, they're not even. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I'm finally able to do that now. I felt like I've been putting it off for a very long time just because I had to learn a lot more about different editing styles when it comes to editing videos. I had to learn how to get comfortable in front of the camera, being myself and not be so nervous to talk to the camera. I just feel very blessed to be in a space where I can slow down and just enjoy my life. I've already been going outside a lot more than usual. Still trying to meet new people in whatever way that looks like. I've already been going to shows on the strip, enjoying myself, because I have not really been able to just sit down and enjoy the fact that I have built the life that my own father told me I could not build for myself. I remember the first time I had to come back to my parents' house after I left Vegas in 2018, and one of the first things my father told me was, it was basically like, I told you so. I told you that you were trying to live a life that you were not capable of living. And I do not live my life to prove people wrong, but I definitely proved him wrong, and I know and I knew that I can do what I'm doing today, and I'm very proud of that, and I want to be able to enjoy that. So this year I am going to be taking it slow. I'm still going to be focused on learning skills that can help me be a better creative for when I do get clients on a consistent basis. I'm still working on things behind the scenes for other projects that I'm very excited about, but I just want to enjoy my life right now and move slowly. I don't really see YouTube as social media, and it allows me to move at a slower pace and produce more quality work. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. As you can see, I definitely know how to edit, but I was being lazy when it came to my TikTok videos. So I actually enjoy the way that I've developed my editing style for my YouTube videos. It's very unique to me. And I'm excited to just enjoy the fact that I live in Vegas and I live in a beautiful neighborhood, and I have everything that I need to create whatever I want at any given moment, and that is a blessing. And I'm very proud of myself, and I don't have to keep working so hard to get to somewhere that it's already destined for me to get there. I'm not in a rush to complete the assignments that God gave me, because He is not rushing me, so why am I rushing myself? That was advice I gave to somebody on TikTok in their comments, and it's clearly advice that I need to take myself. A lot of times I just feel like I don't be doing enough, and that's not true, because when I look up, I've done a lot in these last 3 years that clearly have made a lot of people try to tear me down, not knowing that it took a lot for me to get here. And if my family couldn't stop me, if the past people who I call my friends couldn't stop me, if people bullying me in my life in the past couldn't stop me, if I got through being homeless and being abandoned by my family, nothing is going to stop me, because this is what God placed on my heart to do. I've said it before, I never had any plans on dressing up as a clown or doing anything like this. So I am very much being obedient to what God is telling me to do. That's really all I have to say. I am trying to build an audience on YouTube, so if you like this video, if you resonate with anything that I say, if you like my makeup, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like the video too, and follow me on TikTok. That is where I am mainly posting for now when I do post. But yeah, that's all I got. What's my hair looking like? Okay. Alright, y'all. That's all I got for y'all. Peace out. Subscribe to my channel.
I used to be down bad, but now a bitch, okay. I'm pretty than a motherfucker, hoes me looking okay. She think that she fucking with me, is this bitch okay? He say he ain't fucking around, I look at him like okay. I used to be down bad, but now a bitch, okay. Down south bad bitch, discreet shit so ratchet. Call me JT, aka the soul snatcher. I'm with a booster, scammer, and a pole dancer. Pussy nigga call my phone, he won't get no answer. Fuck these niggas, fuck 'em, and fuck these hoes too. You can't fuck with me, fuck what a bitch told you.